In this video, it's going to be short and sweet. We're going to talk about whether you should teach the uppercase letters first, the lowercase letters first, or both letters at the same time. Now, to clarify, I believe personally in teaching letter sounds first. So when I talk about what to teach, I'm talking about the sounds. For some folks, you want to teach the names of the letters first, and that's completely fine. The same stuff is going to apply, but for me personally, I focus on teaching children the sounds because these sounds are what we use to learn how to read, okay? So if you have a little one and you want to teach them their letter sounds, I sell different sound cards on my site. And what I do is I put the uppercase and the lowercase letters next to each other. Now, why do I do this? Why don't I separate out and put, here's our 26 uppercase and here's our 26 lowercase? Well, generally, kids and really people, the way our brains work is we're able to remember things in chunks, okay? In learning science, this is called chunking. It's the reason why we can remember someone's phone number in 3 chunks much easier than we can remember all 10 digits next to each other, right? It's the same reason why an acronym like FBI, we hear that as one thing, even though it's 3 separate letters. That's going to be easier for us to remember than 3 random letters like D, F, W, like 3 random things put together. That's going to be much harder than like FBI, right? So when we chunk things for kids, they're able to remember both things at the same time. So if I show them this card and I say, this sound says T, what they're going to remember is this one says T and this one says T. And I know what you're thinking. You're going to be like, okay, but when they read a book, when they get to finally like reading a story or reading a word, are they going to be confused when it only shows it once or it only shows it like this? And the honest answer is no, okay? I don't know exactly how, but I just know, no, they're not going to be confused. I've worked with hundreds of kids the same exact way. They are not confused when they see one by themselves, okay? So you don't have to worry about that, okay? And in the off case, where for whatever reason your little one is only recognizing one of these. And this generally happens for like a single letter. So maybe they know this says T, that says T. Maybe they know that this says B, that says B. And maybe for this one, they're only recognizing the uppercase, okay? For the specific situations where this happens, there's a really simple solution. What you do is you can either get like a note card or something and cover up the case that they know, leaving the one that they don't know. Or for that specific letter, you can just create 2 separate cards. And in those specific situations, you can separate it out so you can make sure they're learning this says eh, and this also says eh. Doesn't need to be pretty, doesn't need to be beautiful, it just needs to be effective. Now, why don't I start from a place where we do a pile of 26 letters like this and a pile of 26 letters like this, right? If sometimes we need to separate them, why not just start separated? And the answer is really simple. If we separated all these cards out into uppercase and lowercase, that would be 26 uppercase letters plus 26 lowercase letters. That would mean that we need to know 52 letters, okay? 52, that's a lot. When we keep them together and we learn through chunking, they only need to learn 26. And in the case where they don't know it, we have to split it out to a separate card. Now they have to learn 27 things, but 27 is going to be much easier than 52, okay? So quick recap for you. Yes, kids can learn both letters at the same time. Yes, occasionally they will learn one letter, like the uppercase, and not the lowercase. And in those specific cases, you can split them out either by covering up one of the letters or by writing it on separate cards, and that is going to save you a ton of time. No, this is not going to interfere with their ability to read. No, it's not going to interfere with their ability to write or to spell. They are going to be completely fine, A-okay. I promise you this works. If you've only just started showing them these sounds, then you may see at the very beginning they're only learning one of them, okay? Stay with it for a week. By the end of the week, they are going to know both. Please trust me on that. So I know this is a super common question. I know everyone approaches this different ways and everyone has their own belief. I'm just sharing with you what works to teach little kids how to read. I promise this works. I've done it. I've helped other parents do it. I've coached people through the process. And if you have a little one who you are trying to teach their letter sounds to, this can be a lot simpler than you think when someone gives you this process in a step-by-step manner. So I have a free training, completely free, to help you get started with teaching your little one their first letter sounds. You don't even need to buy my cards. You can make your own with the uppercase and lowercase next to each other. But once you have a set of cards, right, you've bought them, you've made them, you've got the pile, you're ready to get started, check out that free training in my bio. What that's gonna do is it's gonna walk you through how many sounds to teach at a time, right? How many sounds to teach, how to know that they've got those sounds down, and when to move on. That's gonna be a great starting point for you once you're bought into showing both of these cases together. And as always, if this was helpful for you, please subscribe to the channel so that you'll see more of my videos. Share this with other folks if you've got other folks who are learning how to teach their little ones how to read too. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.